Welcome back to Dustin Elysian Tale.
Hello.
In this part, we're going to traverse the Cirromon Caverns. Is that how you say it?
Cirromon Caverns.
Cirromon. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And not much of anything happens in this part.
Nope. So, should we perhaps speak of something else other than the game, maybe?
What is this?
You've been poisoned!
When you're poisoned, your life slowly drains down to nothing. If you don't take care of it soon, death is inevitable.
I can probably just wait it out.
Stop pretending you're so tough! Here, take this mushroom.
It's not Pokemon!
You can thank me later.
But what was I gonna say? Dust is actually not lying. You can wait it out. They make it sound like it's permanent, but it really isn't. You can wait it out.
Like Pokemon.
Yeah. No, in Pokemon the effect is permanent until you use an antidote.
Not in earlier gens.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, Heart Gold is not.
Really hard to see.
You recover after a while.
Red coming down here.
One more time. What did you say?
In Heart Gold, you recover from poison after a while.
You do?
Yes. That's because I have seen an Let's Play of Heart Gold, Pokemon Heart Gold.
To be fair, I haven't played Heart Gold or Soul Silver, but
Do you think the villagers
still,
know
what
about this
the hell?
place?
Okay, that wasn't new to me.
Yeah. I didn't know that either, but when I saw that video, I was like, huh.
That's really weird. But speaking of poison, I think they do introduce like these different status effects like silence and poison, but they don't really do much with them. Like especially in the last chapter, I think they don't use any status ailments at all in the last chapter, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, status effects are kind of underused in this game. I know they use silence again in let's see, chapter. This is 2 in chapter 4. I know silence is apparent there, but like I said, in the last chapter we have no status elements at all, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But what did you say before? Talk about something else?
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much going on.
No, unfortunately. What we're doing down here is we're trying to figure out why these monsters are coming up to the surface and attacking people. And we're going to eventually end up in the second hub town after a little while. But we have to traverse quite a lot of ground before we get there. And unfortunately, not much is happening up until then. So, have anything interesting to talk about?
Not really, but one thing I noticed, these creeps you fighting right now,
Yep.
they are freaking scary.
Yeah, they look like they seem like, you know, underground creatures. You know how in the deep sea, how the further down you get, the more abstract creatures get.
Yeah.
I kind of get those kind of vibes with these creatures.
Same here.
I guess I haven't talked too much about that. I don't know what they're called, but those exploding fruits, you use them to blow up yellow walls, and later on we're also going to use them as a light source in some of the more darker areas, because they do generate light.
Mysterious wall chicken? Right. I wouldn't eat that.
I would. I've played all the Castlevania games, and Wall Chicken is perfect for you.
Dust, wait.
Right.
This creature is too well defended for a straightforward assault.
This is the enemy I was talking about earlier in the commentary. This is the only enemy in the entire game that can only be defeated if you counter it first.
Unless you stun it with a parry, like so.
Oh, I remember these ones, and I hate them.
I don't mind them, but they are but like so many other things in this game, they are underutilized.
Very well. Be careful.
One thing that's that is, I don't know how to describe it. Sad is not the right word, but one thing that's a little bit boring is we get all of these different creeps, and they may all look differently, but they basically all behave the same.
Yeah.
And they're not that aggressive. Like, you fight against a lot of enemies, but they rarely get the idea to gang up on you.
Whoa, what was that?
I'm not sure, but it sure did run off.
I wouldn't be... sorry, you first.
Yeah, I would. I was only going to say that it's a bit sad that they don't gang up on you.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? You might be. I have complained, or not complained, or commented on the difficulty a fair bit in this video. I realized, and I know some of you are probably saying, well, then why are you playing on normal difficulty and not on higher difficulty? The thing is, I have played and finished this game on higher difficulty, and the only difference I noticed was enemies hit a lot harder, but their behavior doesn't change.
Well, in most hack and slash games, it's the same actually. It's the same in Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, but therein lies the problem. The enemies just aren't aggressive enough, and like they rarely manage to hit me.
Yeah.
And my defense is basically 0 at this point.
But you have died once.
On purpose.
Right.
That's because I fucked up the parry. But yeah, I am aware of the different difficulty settings, but they don't really do that much. And I'm the kind of guy who likes to play games on a normal difficulty because I feel that is what the game was designed for.
Yeah, same here.
There are some games I like to increase the difficulty on, but it doesn't happen too often. Like, I prefer how Dark Souls do it. Like, if you want to play it on a harder difficulty, just go to Game Plus.
Well, I don't play Dark Souls, so I have no clue what you're talking about.
Essentially, every time you beat the game, you can enter New Game Plus, and every time you enter New Game Plus, because you can keep clearing the game over and over again, and you just keep going to New Game Plus, New Game Plus Plus, New Game Plus Plus Plus, and it keeps going and going and going. And every time you enter a New Game Plus, the difficulty increases. Enemies their behavior doesn't change, but they hit harder and they take longer to take down. And I prefer that, personally, instead of choosing a difficulty from the start.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
I never played any games like that, but I must say I like the idea.
Hello? Did you disappear?
No, I'm here.
it sounded like you got cut off.
Okay, in Order City it didn't, so maybe it was TeamSpeak.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I personally love difficult games. I mean, I grew up on the NES, so I've been playing hard games my entire life.
Yeah, that we could talk about. You like hard games, and I like soft games. No, I like strategy games and tactical games.
Yeah, games that take forever to learn.
Yeah.
Let's say it like this. I like Super Meat Boy. He likes Crusader Kings.
Yeah.
In that regard, we have very different tastes.
So it's kind of hard to find... No, actually, it's not hard to find a game that we both like.
Yeah.
But,
like there are one thing we can both agree on is story and character and RPGs. We both love RPGs.
Yeah, that we do.
I remember back when Dragon Age Origins was still a new game. That was like the only thing we played and talked about.
Yeah,
like non-stop.
Those were the good times.
Yeah, I do miss that. Too bad Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition wasn't nearly as good.
Here he goes.
Yeah,
I said it.
But I like the Inquisition more than Dragon Age 2, but I didn't like the ending in Inquisition.
I'm gonna be the odd man out and say I like 2 more than Inquisition.
I actually have a lot of friends that like Dragon Age 2 over Inquisition.
Because I had such a hard time with Inquisition. Like, just like in the previous games, I loved the characters, but I don't know, something was missing, and I don't know why.
I think it was the bad guy, because the bad guy...
Yeah, the bad guy was one of the problems.
Yeah,
I did not like him at all.
I trying to remembering his name, and now I was thinking Gaius, because we're playing Dust there.
All I remember was he was a Magister.
Yeah.
One of the original Magisters who entered the Golden City.
Which was a good idea, but...
Yeah, because they had been hinting and... what's it called? Yeah, they had basically talked about the Magisters, the Black City, and made all these references all throughout the series, so it only made sense after all that build-up, that's what I was gonna say. After all that build-up, it only makes sense that we were going to fight one of the Magisters.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But the execution
he was as black as it got.
Yeah.
Like, he was just a straight-up, uninteresting, evil villain.
Yeah. And not French at all.
No.
And there he goes
Actually, he
again.
was very bland.
Welcome,
Yeah.
kid.
Come now,
And we're running out of time here, so...
We actually made it through.
yeah.
maybe get out of this raining death.
Yeah. We'll see you guys for the next part. Until then, see ya.
Bye.